Hello.
This is Anna. Good evening.
Hi, this is Ray. Who is this? I'm sorry.
Anna.
Hi, Anna. Welcome. How are you tonight?
Good. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Hopefully we got a few other people coming in. So where are you located, Anna?
I'm in Buffalo Grove, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right. Have we met in person? Anna,
yes,
have we met in person?
Did. Yes,
okay.
we did. We did a storytelling workshop together.
Oh, fabulous. Okay.
Do you remember that? Yeah.
Now I do. I got it. Weren't you thinking of moving? Weren't you thinking of moving?
Moving where?
I don't know. I thought you were talking about moving somewhere when we went and did that program.
I was looking for a job. So I was.
Oh, you were looking for the job. Okay. Did you find one?
Yes, I did. So I found it. I started my job in August. I don't remember when we did the training, the storytelling workshop. When it was, maybe it was August or when did we have this workshop? Last spring?
I have no idea.
It was a long time ago. So yeah, I'm almost a year with my company now.
Oh, good. Okay. So what are you doing for them?
I'm doing marketing for a pharmaceutical product.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Do you love it?
That's interesting. Yeah,
it's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I travel a lot, so it allows me to do the stuff that I like.
Okay, well that's important. So, yeah, that's pretty cool then if you get to travel with them. Do you crave coming home though after you've been on the road a lot?
So I'm home a lot. So I travel maybe every 2 weeks. I'm going somewhere. So this month is very quiet. So I will go to Florida in the end of the month. But in June I will have about 3 coming travels, like business trips.
Okay.
So yeah, that's fun. I'm going to different places. It's a good opportunity for me to see the country and to meet people in different parts of the country.
Right. Are you going to take her other class in June? Her other storytelling class?
I was thinking. So yes, I want to take it. I don't know if I can make it, but it would be interesting.
Got it. Yeah, I've been to 2 of hers. This one I'll be out of town, so I'm not going to be taking it. So I'm going to be visiting my grandchildren instead.
Okay, great.
Did somebody else just come on the call?
Hi,
Hello?
it's Kay Meyer.
Hi, Kay. How are you?
I'm happily exhausted.
Okay. I've got to ask Kay and Anna, do you have your crayons and paper and stuff with you and your pen? And do you have it?
Yes. I have, I don't have crayons, but I have some markers and pens and all other stuff.
Okay. Kay, you got stuff with you?
Yes, I do.
Good, yay, because you're going to need it. You're going to feel so good afterwards. So we're going to wait a couple more minutes because there are a few other people scheduled to come on the call. And we were just chatting. Anna and I took storytelling together, so an improv class.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yes. Kay is a speech therapist and works at helping people with their ability to communicate with people in a powerful way. And Anna is doing marketing for a pharmaceutical company.
Oh, that sounds so interesting to me.
Yeah. Hi. What's your name once again?
My name is Kay. It's spelled Kay. Yeah, I'm finding young people don't get it. name, just 3 letters, not short for anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just
Are you there?
I'm still here. I've just been in Iowa spending time with my mother and my sister, who's more in charge of my mother's care. So it was wonderful to see the evolution in my sister, who is now finally getting some more alternative healing for her own back pain, and is rubbing off on my mother. So for being 88 years old and being willing to try something new, I've got a pretty great mom.
That is terrific. Well, you know what, ladies? I think we're going to get started because I don't know who's going to come and when they're going to come in, and I want to respect your time. So I'm going to ask you to put your feet on the floor, you know, and imagine we're in a room together, and that, you know, we have our feet on the floor, our hands are in our lap. If you've got glasses on, take them off, close your eyes, and I want you to just take a breath. You don't have to take a deep one, but just notice. Notice your breath, how it comes in and how it goes out, the rise and fall of your chest. And just be aware. Notice the sounds around you. Maybe the train is going by, your dog is barking, whatever it is, just let it go. This is your time, and we are going to spend the next 50 minutes together just diving into a place of wonder and joy that will serve you. So you are going to walk away and feel renewed and refreshed and energized. So I want you, in this state of peace and calm, to actually roll your shoulders one way and then the other, and then bring them up to your ears and drop them down. Just let the day go. I'd like for you to just take another breath and just sigh. Just drop into this peaceful, wonderful space. And now I want you to think about a time when you played, when you were a child, when you had the most amazing day that you ever had in your whole life, and you were laughing and just having the best time ever. Think about it. Think about a memory. Maybe it was something you were playing dress up. Maybe it was you were kicking the ball around. Maybe you were just hanging out with family playing a game. Just allow whatever memories, thoughts, ideas come to you. Allow them to form a picture in your mind. Think about what was going on that day. What were the sights? What were the sounds? Was there a particular smell in the air? If you were out in the snow and maybe the snow was falling on your face and you could just smell the crispness in the air. What did it taste like? Maybe your experience of most joy, fun time as a child was baking with your grandmother and you got to lick the spoon. Tap into that place of wonder and joy and just sit with it for a moment. And now I want you to come back into the room, to open up your eyes, take a deep breath, and welcome back. How are you feeling?
Fantastic.
Good. Now
Very
I'd love for you. Good, yay. So I would love for you to share, what is that remembrance, that moment of joy and just exuberance? Can you share with that? A moment that you remembered? What was it like for you?
I can start.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, my goodness. around 1960. The space race was being talked about. My little friend Ruthie was spying on her brother, and we would run around and just be silly. The brothers were up on the roof making a space capsule. They were going to throw things off the roof and see how they landed, and we just laughed and were silly and ran through the sprinkler. I can almost see the little outfit I was wearing, because the next thing that happened that was so great was we got all wet. We went into her house, and I borrowed her clothes. Her mother had a clothes dryer, the most amazing invention ever. And she put my wet clothes in the dryer, and I put them on, and I can just feel the warmth. Little shorts, and probably it was a sleeveless little top. I must have been about 5.
Oh.
And it was great. It was before I encountered this girl again as an adult. Much more fun to think of the time before I just learned to distrust anyone.
Okay, we're going to just go with the joy. Let's just stop at the joy, okay? All right, Anna, you want to say what for you?
Yes, I don't have a lot of memories from my childhood, but it's just one of the moments that I remembered. I stayed in my grandma's house, and it was a summer, and my grandma, she brought a puppy, so it was a little puppy. I don't know where she found the puppy, but I was so happy. And it was the most precious gift for me. And we made a little house for the puppy in the yard. And I was just playing around, and I wanted to touch the puppy. I wanted to play with the puppy. So it was great. It was amazing.
Oh, good. I love that. That's a great story. I think I'm going to share a story since it's a small group and we have the time. I love the smell of crayons. To me, getting a new box of crayons at the beginning of the year was nirvana. I mean, I loved the smell of it. I loved the paper, the feel of it. And just looking at the colors and learning the names, sea blue, green, and it just always made me happy. So I had Miss Ray's art school for my sister and all her friends. So that was one of those moments of joy and just that I remember so clearly. It's one of those childhood memories that has just come forward in my life. So thank you for allowing me to share. I'm going to read you a quote. The creative is the place where no one else has ever been. You have to leave the city of your comfort and go into the wilderness of your intuition. What you'll discover will be wonderful. What you'll discover is yourself. And that's by Alan Alda. So I'm curious, what does that mean to you?
I think the image of the quote stayed with me more than the words, and that wonderful feeling of we're together in this. There's a poem that says something about, no one knows the secret except you or I. That's what's coming to me, like, wow, Alan's here to play.
Mhm. And Anna, did you have any thoughts on it?
So, for me, it's about that creativity. It's not something that comes from your mind and your logic. And we get used so much to think, to be logical, to act like adults. And creativity is something that goes from somewhere inside of you. And sometimes you just need to switch off your head and just trust your intuition and what you want to do right now.
That's fabulous. Thank you. For me, the Creative Edge is the place to discover who you are, who you want to be, and what you yearn to do in the world. That's my definition. And I think I'll just tell you a little bit about me. I know, Kay, you've heard some of this before, but I don't think Anna has. Creativity saved my life. I was sexually abused as a kid, and I went through many years of traditional talk therapy. And I was surviving, but I was not moving forward. I went through I got healthy enough. I got married. I had 2 great kids. But I was really depressed. I mean, I just had a lot of long-term consequences from this. And so I went through this severe depression where every day I'd get my kids off to school, then I'd crawl back into bed till they came home. And we lived by the train tracks, and all I ever thought about was I want to go walk in front of the train and end it. But I didn't. I chose to live, and I chose to take a different path. And I became this personal development guru and self-help junkie, yes, I called it, because I would run all over the world looking for answers. I read 1,000 self-help books, and I was the person who actually answered the questions. So I had journals stacked up throughout my house. I was that person. And so, I still continue to go to therapy, and I found a therapist who said, why don't you draw your pain? And I'm like, what? And so it started me on a journey. I scribbled my pain. And as I scribbled, I noticed, wow, I feel better. And I developed more and more. And eventually I started to paint because I was an artist. And so I had real strong visions. And the more and all of them were really dark and dark colors. And then all of a sudden I could see I was getting better because they got lighter. The tones became more pastels. The subject matter became about other people rather than myself. So I say creativity saved my life. And it has been an integral part of everything I've done. I taught art, for many years. I had my own art school, and it was called Art and Soul Connections. And in some ways, it was my response to Julia Cameron's artist pages, because I talk to people about creating images rather than writing and journaling all the time. And I created my own lessons. And they became simple art and writing activities. And I published this book called Art from My Heart in 2010. And then I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. I was like, okay, I'm done with this part of my life. I really don't want to work with kids and families anymore. And I had done it for many, many years. But I felt there was some other piece for me to explore. And so I heard this whisper, and it said, go interview leaders. Go interview 100 leaders around the country, which I did. And up till now I've interviewed 150. And then I was writing a book. I was actually writing 3 books at once. And then it came to me, sort of ride a pony, pick one and ride it. And so I said, okay, the things that touch my heart are the creative activists, the people who are using creativity. And it doesn't have to be that they're an artist or a painter or a dancer. Yes, there are many who are using that, but it is more about critical thinking and solving problems. And so my definition of creativity changed, as I researched this and got to know more and more people. And so I wrote this new book called The Creative Activist, Make the World Better, One Person, One Action at a Time, which is coming out in July. And then I'm going to be also having a summit in September, which will take this work further so that I can work with people and share, these ideas, how they can tap into their own resources and use their personal gifts and creative expression to make a difference in the world, because I think that's really critical. So that's sort of what came about. And one of the first chapter in the book is Lead with Legacy, and the second chapter is called Discover the Creative Edge. And that's why we're having this call tonight, Discover the Creative Edge. I believe that we're all born creative. We used to always ask endless questions, much to our parents' dismay. I was one of those kids, and why? And then this, just because I told you, they get so frustrated. I used to use my imagination, make up stories and play pretend. The other day, for me, it's such joy. I have 2 little granddaughters, and my 3.5-year-old was singing Let It Go from Frozen and acting it out. And then she got a basket and she was doing Out of the Woods, and we were just having a grand time. And so I hope that never stops for her, but for too many of us, we're told to sit still, stop daydreaming, just be quiet. And so that's what happens as adults. We tap down our inspiration, our imagination, and our intuition. And so I'm here to say that we are all creative, and maybe it just takes a little prompting, and that's what we're going to do tonight, because creativity is in all aspects of our life. As I said, it's not just artists and musicians. When we make a meal out of what's in the pantry, that's being creative. When you plan a scavenger hunt for your kids on a snowy day, that's being creative. When you figure out how to attend your volleyball game and get your husband at the train, that's all creative. Just as it is to rework a budget or to see a potential client's problem and talk to them in a diplomatic way so that they come up with a new solution. We are all creative, and we just have to start expanding our vision of what creativity is. So I'm going to have you take out a piece of paper right now, and I want you to write in big bubble letters, I am creative. So as you wrote that, Kay, that's what happened? You burst into laughter, huh?
My letters look really funny. After all of that time to try to get an A in handwriting, this is more fun.
So, and how does it feel to say the word, I am creative? Say it out loud now to yourself. I am creative.
I am creative.
Anna, say it out loud.
I am creative.
How does that feel?
Ah, great. I'm already feeling great, writing these letters.
Good. Well, I want you to take your crayons or markers, and I want you to just spend a couple minutes decorating it. And if you want later, you can add stickers and glitter and glue and all sorts of ribbons if you want. Anna, are you on the Creative Activist Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay, and you are, Kay, as well. Tomorrow if you want to post this, that would be great. Whatever, if there's something, one of the pieces that we're going to do another thing, but if you'd love to post that and talk about it, it'd be wonderful so people can get an idea of what we're doing.
Great.
So how does it feel to be decorating something that's...
It feels when you start, you cannot stop.
Okay.
And it's very relaxing.
What's nice about creativity, and this is what, when I said 3 tips to improve your health, wealth, and relationships, one is feeling better. It is truly, they've done a lot of research on the process of creativity and being involved in it, and it reduces your blood pressure, it it's pretty amazing. And so that there is this healing aspect that you feel more relaxed and calm, and it's a great way to de-stress. So I believe in getting a coloring book and keeping it at your desk. And so when you're feeling a little tense, I suggest you take out your coloring book and just color for a couple minutes. You will feel amazing.
I feel that when I just came here I came from Russia 2 years ago, and in Russia I was I was working also in the corporate environment. I was so crazy about my job, and all I did the whole my life is just working. I don't know why. But when I came here, I couldn't find a job right away. So I think the most rewarding experience for me was I went to work in the daycare. And almost a year, I spent time with 2 to 3 years old doing arts and crafts and painting with them and just happy. It was
There's just that joy in that, isn't there? They're so delighted with everything. They're so excited. And don't we want that for ourselves, to feel that kind of inspiration and excitement and energy?
Yes, and I was like, oh, wow. So I've never thought that I am creative. I always thought that I'm lacking all the kinds of talents and that it's somebody else is creative, but not me.
And it's not true. You are creative. I mean, I remember a little bit about your story and how you came here, and just so brave. And that takes courage and creativity to do what you did, to find your place here and create a life for yourself. That is creativity. That's solving problems and finding great solutions for yourself. So that's another form of creativity.
Yeah, it feels like that.
So if you're feeling pretty complete with that, that's the one thing when you're doing this on the phone that I don't get to see people's artwork. But I want you to then, later on afterwards, finish decorating this, and I want you to post it somewhere where you're going to see it all the time. Take a picture of I am creative and put it on your phone. So at least once a day you are looking at it when you're out and about. All of a sudden, just saying I am creative will open up the channels and allow the universe to give you answers and inspiration. It's a big part of that. So I think that's really an important key, especially, when you're working and you're struggling and, it will change it. So just open up to I am creative. I am open to solutions. And at some other point we can make some bigger affirmations about creativity. But I think just saying I am creative is huge. So now, do you have markers or crayons, Kay? Which do you have?
I have markers of different sizes.
Okay. Well, I want you each to pick out 2 markers. Whatever colors rock your boat.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you're going to have to hold down your paper with one hand and use your marker with the other. Now, I'm going to ask you to do something a little strange. I'm going to ask you to use your non-dominant hand to color with. So you're going to put it in the hand that you usually do not write with. So put the one marker in that hand, hold your paper with the other, and close your eyes. This is important because we're taking all judgment out of this, and I want you to scribble.
What do you scribble?
Just scribble. Eyes closed with the one hand holding the paper and your non-dominant hand using that as your writing hand. Okay, now you can put that marker down and pick up the other marker and do exactly the same thing. So again, you're using your non-dominant hand and your eyes closed.